I didn't want to make this video, but I think it's time. So I explained birthright and citizenship from different perspectives. I explained that there's three original beings in heaven with spirits created by the one true creator. Number one is man, who is the only image of the one true creator. In the fourth world, which is the world that we're in now, this is where we get that phrase, quote unquote, 400 years of slavery. Because approximately every 120 years or so, we have a reset, creating another world. I broke this down before, just look for the video called 400 Years of Slavery. Now in this world, the image of man will show up as someone that looks like me, a brown-skinned melanated person with extremely curly hair. I'm sure y'all all know by now, our hair is like this because our frequency is so high, it's literally being burned. And all energy comes in spirals, and that's why our hair is like this. So the more you look like the image of man, it indicates the more the presence of the original bloodline. Two, we have the Palladians that looks like the image of man, but have reddish skin and coily red hair. The more you look like that indicates a strong presence of that original bloodline. Three, the Greys. I never really went into deep details about this, besides saying it's humanoid with a different shaped head. Just because I don't want anyone to take offense to this possible truth. Some know we all heard of the quote-unquote tall Greys, the short Greys, Zeta Greys, etc. because they've been mixed, just like all the other races been mixed also. But I do know there's at least three different original Greys. The Mona Lisa people, the Summer people, and the Indus Valley people. But in this world, they'll be too obvious if they were tall. It might even be scary to most people. I mean, I want y'all to just think about what a Grey would look like if it was mixed with a human. And I already know you know the answer. You just never really thought about it. And of course, the witch doctors cast spells on us, making us think it's a genetic disorder. But yet, they're sentient just like us. They don't automatically come out with mental problems. They can talk, think, dream. Everything we can do, they can do as well. There's just a physical difference. And this quote-unquote genetic disorder is called dwarfism. You gotta ask yourself, why are those genetics so strong and can easily override other people's genetics? Also, there are different types of dwarfism because there are different types of Greys. Now, if a tall Grey try to blend in society with humans, it'll probably be 100 times more threatening than if the short ones was out here in society with the humans. I mean, just imagine if a tall Grey average height was between 6.5 to 8 feet tall because of their heads. Y'all remember this movie, The Coneheads? Take a wild guess on who they were really depicting. The tall Greys. They was mixed with the dragon bloodline. If you haven't seen this movie, to keep it simple, their spaceship basically crashed and they survived, and somehow they try to survive in a human society by attempting to blend in. So you got arrested for treason because he was caught shaving his teeth to blend in society. And obviously he has sharp teeth because of the dragon bloodline. And obviously he has a different shaped head because of the Grey bloodline. But at the end of the movie, basically he prevented a war from happening, and he was able to get a green card to America. Like, this movie literally shows what's going on right now because of the mixed bloodlines and the system they rigged. And now it's being reversed back to its natural order. Now, outside the original bloodlines of man, Palladians, and the Greys, there are versions of those three that's been mixed with the dragon bloodline of the underworld, turning God's heavenly bloodlines into demonic underworldly bloodlines. Also included in this category is those bloodlines was also mixed with animal bloodlines. Now, outside the spirit, there is organic clones that look just like us. Not only that, they may even think they're real. Now keep in mind, the only real eye colors is brown and blue. But one of the biggest issues we face with these clones is that they can have babies too. Don't forget about the Cabbage Patch Kids. Don't forget about these babies being delivered by a bird. Don't forget them old articles showing that they were selling babies in the newspaper, bro. Don't forget the centers. They used to allow people to watch the clone babies grow. That shit crazy. And last, we have these holograms and androids, which are robots that look like humans. I personally believe at least 40% of the people we see aren't even real. As in, they're all clones clones, androids, or holograms. They are all placed here to keep you lost and distracted in order to guide you towards the negative side of yourself by coercion and oppression, so it can be considered a free will decision. I said all that to say this. We're in a fourth world and we all look alike, but we are marked and don't know it because in the third world we can see a clear difference. So it's hard to mentally and spiritually deceive us, because back then we knew there was more beings here besides humans. We knew there were giant humans. We knew that there was gods living amongst us. Like I said, they all had to blend in order to get our free will consent of the image of man to create with other beings, with spirits, which is a star, which we get our energy from. It also holds our consciousness and memories. Also, this what allows us to have the quote-unquote superpowers, the ability to control elements, because we are the original beings. We are at one with reality itself. As I keep saying, the image of man is the basis of everything, and everyone knows this besides us. See, I remember this part in Men in Black, where this gray being was inside of a human vessel, which is an android that I'm talking about. He said he's there to save Orion's belt and to prevent the war. So it was a galaxy on Orion, which was actually the cat. But in all reality, the image of man's stars is the Orion's belt, the Orion's constellation, which is in the center of the universe. Just like Earth is in the center of the universe, just like we're in the center of Earth in the black hole. Like I keep saying, everything came from us because we are the center of everything, of existence. So basically, he said he came to Earth to prevent the war, to save the stars of Orion, which is the image of man, which is the people that clearly is getting used and abused and G-sided right now. Because on other timelines, they must have wiped us out and everyone else slowly got wiped out too. That is why we seeing other beings going back in time and going against their own kind. Because like I said, all grays aren't bad, all Palladians not bad. Even all reptiles, they're not completely bad, I'll say to an extent, because it's all about free will and that free choice. And if you have a spirit, especially with any original bloodline, you have that. And like I said, that's the big issue why a lot of people facing judgment anyways, because of this. So why they got you over here thinking Men in Black is just all BS? They're telling you some truth in there, a lot of truth. Like I just explained and broke this down to y'all in the other video. Why do you think Men in Black had insectoid races on there and was one of the bad guys and main characters? Think about it. Our life is really stranger than fiction. And I completely understand why people don't want to believe in the truth. Because I wouldn't either. I do just because of the abilities I have and been told that it's not real. But I know for a fact it is. And it's exactly why I do what I do now. Anyways, y'all know how to keep it. Y'all be guys. Hey.